And now it's time for a segment of the show that we like to call Nerd News. It's last week's news today. You probably already heard this if you're a nerd, but you haven't heard our take on it. And we go, as always, to our very, very specially dressed anchor person, Brent Williams. Brent, first of all, love your outfit for the show tonight. Not a giveaway for the topic at all. Okay, I don't even want to know what that was. Was that like some queso that you had from like 1985? Yeah. You're picking off of there? Yeah. Should have watched that thing first, buddy. Anyway, what nerd news do you have for us this week, Brent?
Poop or chocolate?
Oh, no. Queso. Stick to queso.
Okay. All right.
We are not editing that out, by the way.
Not at all.
It's too good.
All right. Well, researchers in Australia are creating using those giant cockroaches in Australia. They are wiring up computer chips to them.
Hold the phone. There are large cockroaches in Australia?
Dude, have you ever seen any insect out of Australia?
I mean, no insect in Australia is small.
No.
I get that.
The spiders are like as big as your head.
Yeah, they're like this.
That's not even a joke.
And the ants are like that.
Yeah.
Like
they carry off small babies a few times a year.
The thing about going to Australia is everything there's trying to kill you.
Pretty much.
Sorry to interrupt.
All right. Anyway, so some Australian researchers they're taking giant cockroaches. They are wiring in. They inject them with a tranquilizer and then wire in these computer boards, so they can remotely control them.
Oh man!
So Fifth Element. You know how they had the little cockroach spy? That's actually what they're doing.
Oh, wow.
And their hope is they want to create larger these biomechanical things, I'm going to call them. and the hope is to use them in rescue situations. Like if it's a place that people can't get into, they can send these things in there with cameras to see, if there's people in there and need rescued, and even take things to them if they need to, that type of thing.
Okay, you know what? That is a good idea in theory. However,
if
I may just throw a wrench into the works, you're trapped under a building for 24 hours. You can barely see, and then a giant-ass cockroach with a searchlight on it shows up. And you think, I'm either hallucinating or dying right now. And then probably the cockroach begins to talk to you.
Yes. And the people outside that
said, I'm here to help.
The cockroach people outside, they said, those people are just goners. So let's see if we can scare the crap out of them, and maybe they'll just die on the spot. We don't have to go after them. We have to send more supplies.
Kind of morbid.
So anyway, just think it through, guys. That's all we're asking. Think it through.
Maybe a bunny. Send a
bunny. Don't get it. Yeah, right.
Send a bunny.
A nice fluffy bunny.
A chipmunk.
Yeah,
if you will.
but not like a teddy bear. That's also terrifying.
Then it pulls out a katana when it gets there.
Yes. Or it looks like Teddy Ruxpin. Anyway, moving on.
How are you, Larry? Continuing with the mad scientist theme.
Yes.
Some researchers have given mushrooms a robot body. They've actually created two versions of this. So there's one with tracks, wheels, and one with, looks like 5 fingers. It goes like this with a dome on top.
Have they called it a Goomba?
No.
Oh,
sorry. Maybe somebody did. I don't know. But these mushrooms, they are called the king oyster mushroom. They're an edible mushroom. But anyway, so they grow mycelium into the electronic parts of these things, and then they can react to environmental stimuli, right?
Okay.
So the video of it's really weird. It shows this mushroom like in this hand thing, like it's just like going like this and moving around.
Wow.
It's so crazy.
Does it travel through the mycelial network, meaning that it actually travels through space and time?
Wow, that would be kind of cool if it did. Yeah. Maybe that's the ultimate secret goal of this.
That's Star Trek Discovery.
I just want to know, first of all, if this is the current science project you're working on, you've definitely been taking mushrooms and not those kinds.
See, that's where I thought he was going with that.
Because who else would think of that? It's just like a bunch of scientists sitting around drinking some special tea, as it were.
There's so much technology that is inspired by sci-fi movies. And stuff. That exists because of those sci-fi movies.
Wasn't there a thing out there a while ago where somebody was sending out like a ton of money for somebody to create the actual first tricorder? Kind of the same deal.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. We'll have to look that up later.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Another time.
All right. Well, 2 years after it was first announced, finally, the Henry Cavill Warhammer 40K movie has been greenlit.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it's going to be on Amazon Prime. They spent 2 years hashing out all the production details and the storylines and all that kind of stuff. But it is good to go. Henry Cavill even, sent out on his Instagram or his tweetsers or whatever he has got now.
It's Twitter to everyone except Elon Musk.
That's
Twixers?
Yeah, Twixers. Anyway, he sent out,
Twixers.
that they've been working hard and they finally got a green light for it. So I'm kind of excited to see it because, he's a huge Warhammer 40K fan.
Did you ever play? Did you guys ever play? I never
I've
played.
played it one time.
I've never played it.
I played it one time. It took 3.5 hours, and apparently that was a short version.
Yeah, I never really got into a lot of tabletop games like I did just regular pen and paper.
Yeah.
No, I never played it. But I honestly, at this point, I want to see the Cavill return to the MCU. I want to see him.
That's true.
So good luck with Warhammer, Henry, but Cavill.
Yeah, baby.
So, Cavill.
And that's it for this week's edition of Nerd News. You heard it here dead last, and aren't you lucky?